In the realm where dreams intertwine with reality, lies a world governed by the enigmatic laws of the subconscious. Within this ethereal domain, dreams are not mere figments of imagination but intricate codes waiting to be deciphered. Welcome to the labyrinthine landscape of dream code, Into the Abyss. Imagine a universe where dreams are not just ephemeral wisps of thought but tangible realms waiting to be explored. In this world, I found myself ensnared, a prisoner of my own subconscious. My name is Ethan, and this is the harrowing tale of my descent into the abyss of dreams. As a young boy plagued by recurring nightmares, I never imagined that my dreams held the key to a hidden truth. Little did I know that these nightmares were not random manifestations of fear but intricately crafted puzzles waiting to be unraveled. As the darkness of the nightmares threatened to consume me, a group of dream hackers emerged from the shadows, offering me salvation. Led by the enigmatic hacker known as Nova, they embarked on a perilous journey into the depths of my subconscious to rescue me from the clutches of the dream world. Chapter 1. The Dreamer's Plight. The night was suffocating, the air heavy with an ominous presence that seemed to seep into my very bones. As I lay in bed, enveloped by the darkness, I could feel the tendrils of fear creeping into my mind. Every night, without fail, the nightmares would come. Visions of monstrous creatures lurking in the shadows, whispers of dread echoing in the recesses of my mind. It was as if my dreams were cursed, trapped in an endless cycle of terror from which I could not escape. But tonight was different. Tonight, the nightmares took on a life of their own, twisting and morphing into grotesque forms that seemed to mock my every fear. I was no longer a mere observer in this twisted realm but a prisoner, bound by chains of darkness that coiled around my soul. As the nightmares closed in around me, suffocating me with their malevolent presence, I knew that I had to escape. But how does one escape from a nightmare when the very fabric of reality is warped beyond recognition? Little did I know that my salvation lay not in fleeing from the nightmares, but in confronting them head-on. And so, with a resolve born of desperation, I closed my eyes and plunged headfirst into the abyss of my own subconscious, ready to face whatever horrors awaited me. Chapter 2. The Call to Adventure. In the swirling maelstrom of darkness, a faint glimmer of light beckoned me forth like a beacon in the night. With each step forward, the shadows seemed to recede, giving way to a surreal landscape that defied all logic and reason. I found myself standing on the precipice of a vast chasm, its depths shrouded in an inky blackness that seemed to stretch on for eternity. But instead of feeling fear, I felt a strange sense of exhilaration coursing through my veins. This was my chance to break free from the shackles of my nightmares, to reclaim control over my own mind. As I peered into the abyss, a voice echoed in the recesses of my mind, a whisper of hope amidst the darkness. "Ethan," it murmured, "you are the key to unlocking the secrets of this realm. Embrace your destiny, and you shall find the answers you seek." With those words ringing in my ears, I took a leap of faith, plunging into the depths of the chasm with reckless abandon. And as I fell, I felt a strange sense of euphoria wash over me, as if I were being guided by unseen hands towards my ultimate destiny. When I landed, I found myself in a strange and wondrous world unlike anything I had ever seen before. The sky above was ablaze with 1,000 stars, each one pulsating with an otherworldly energy that seemed to infuse the very air with magic. But as I gazed around me, I realized that I was not alone. A group of figures stood before me, their faces obscured by shadow as they watched me with a mixture of curiosity and apprehension. One figure stepped forward, her features bathed in the soft glow of starlight. She introduced herself as Nova, the leader of the group of dream hackers who had come to rescue me from my nightmares. "We've been expecting you, Ethan," she said, her voice tinged with a hint of sadness. "But before we can help you escape from this place, you must first learn to harness the power of your dreams." Chapter 3. Crossing the Threshold. Nova led me through the surreal landscape, explaining the intricacies of the dream world as we went. She spoke of how dreams were not merely random creations of the mind, but manifestations of our deepest desires and fears, encoded in a language that only the subconscious could understand. As we walked, I couldn't shake the feeling that this world was somehow familiar to me, as if I had visited it in my dreams countless times before. And yet, there was an undeniable sense of danger lurking around every corner, a reminder that this was not a place to be taken lightly. Nova guided me to a towering structure at the edge of the dream world, its spires reaching towards the heavens like fingers grasping for the stars. This, she explained, was the gateway, the key to unlocking the secrets of the dream world and escaping its clutches once and for all. But before we could reach the gateway, we would have to traverse the dreamer's maze, a labyrinthine labyrinth that twisted and turned in on itself, its paths constantly shifting and changing with each passing moment. With Nova leading the way, we plunged into the depths of the maze, our footsteps echoing off the walls as we navigated its treacherous corridors. Shadows danced around us, whispering secrets that seemed to tug at the edges of my consciousness, urging me to turn back before it was too late. But I refused to heed their warnings, driven by a determination to break free from the chains of my nightmares once and for all. And as we pressed onward, I could feel a sense of purpose stirring within me, a spark of hope amidst the darkness that threatened to consume us all. Little did I know that our journey through the dreamer's maze would be fraught with danger at every turn, testing the limits of our courage and resolve as we fought to uncover the truth hidden within the depths of the dream world. But with Nova by my side, I knew that together, we would overcome any obstacle that stood in our way and emerge victorious on the other side. Chapter 4. Into the Dream World. As we ventured deeper into the dreamer's maze, the very fabric of reality seemed to unravel before our eyes, twisting and morphing into strange and surreal shapes that defied all logic and reason. Shadows danced around us, their whispers growing louder with each passing moment, as if urging us to turn back before it was too late. But we pressed on, driven by a sense of purpose that burned like a beacon in the darkness. And as we reached the heart of the maze, we were met with a sight that took our breath away. Before us stretched a vast expanse of swirling energy, its colors shifting and changing with each passing moment. This, Nova explained, was the veil, the boundary that separated the dream world from reality itself. To breach the veil would be to unlock the secrets of the dream world and gain access to untold power beyond our wildest imaginings. But doing so would come at a cost, for the veil was guarded by ancient forces that had long since faded into legend. Undeterred, we pressed forward, our determination unwavering as we prepared to confront whatever lay beyond the veil. And as we reached out to touch its shimmering surface, I could feel a surge of energy coursing through my veins, as if the very essence of the dream world itself was flowing through me. With a single, decisive gesture, we breached the veil, stepping through into a world beyond imagining. And as we emerged on the other side, I knew that our journey was only just beginning. For beyond the veil lay the true heart of the dream world, a realm of infinite possibility and untold danger that would test the limits of our courage and resolve like never before. Chapter 5. The Perils of Nightmares. Stepping through the veil, we found ourselves in a realm shrouded in darkness, where the very air seemed to pulse with an ominous energy. This was the heart of the dream world, where nightmares roamed unchecked and the boundaries between reality and illusion blurred. As we ventured deeper into this twisted landscape, we encountered creatures beyond imagination, grotesque monsters born from the darkest recesses of the human psyche. They lurked in the shadows, their eyes gleaming with malevolent intent as they watched our every move. But we were not alone in this perilous journey. Nova and the other dream hackers stood by my side, their courage unwavering as we faced down the horrors that lurked in the darkness. Together, we pressed onward, determined to rescue me from the clutches of my own nightmares. Yet the deeper we delved into the heart of the dream world, the more perilous our journey became. Every step we took was met with new challenges and dangers, each one more formidable than the last. But we refused to be deterred, driven by a fierce determination to overcome whatever obstacles stood in our way. And as we faced down the nightmares that threatened to consume us, I realized that our greatest challenge lay not in the monsters that lurked in the shadows, but in confronting the fears that lurked within our own hearts. For in the dream world, the truest enemy was not the creatures that roamed its twisted landscape, but the doubts and insecurities that plagued our minds. But with Nova's guidance and the unwavering support of my companions, I knew that we would prevail. For in the darkest depths of the dream world, hope still flickered like a candle in the night, guiding us ever onwards towards our ultimate goal, freedom from the nightmares that had plagued me for so long. Chapter 6: Allies and Adversaries. As we journeyed deeper into the heart of the dream world, we encountered both allies and adversaries unlike any we had ever known. Some were creatures of pure darkness, twisted manifestations of fear and despair that sought to drag us down into the abyss. But others were allies, beings of light and courage who stood by our side in the face of adversity. They offered us guidance and support, lending us their strength as we battled against the forces of darkness that threatened to overwhelm us. Among our allies was a wise old sage known as Orion, a guardian of the dream world who had long fought against the nightmares that plagued its inhabitants. With his guidance, we learned to harness the power of our dreams, using them to create weapons and defenses to aid us in our quest. But even as we gained allies, we also faced new challenges and dangers at every turn. The nightmares grew more powerful, their attacks more relentless as they sought to crush our spirits and bend us to their will. Yet we refused to be cowed, drawing strength from the bonds of friendship and camaraderie that united us. Together, we stood against the darkness, determined to overcome whatever obstacles stood in our way and emerge victorious on the other side. And as we pressed onward, I knew that our journey was far from over. For in the heart of the dream world, anything was possible, and the true test of our courage and resolve had only just begun. Chapter 7: Unraveling the Code. As we journeyed deeper into the heart of the dream world, we began to unravel the mysteries that lay hidden within its depths. Guided by Nova's expertise, we delved into the intricate web of dreams, seeking to uncover the secrets that held the key to our salvation. Piece by piece, we deciphered the hidden codes that governed the dream world, unlocking new abilities and insights with each revelation. We learned to manipulate the fabric of reality itself, bending it to our will and reshaping the world around us to suit our needs. But with each step forward, we also encountered new challenges and obstacles that tested the limits of our newfound powers. The nightmares grew more cunning, their attacks more relentless as they sought to thwart our progress at every turn. Yet we refused to be deterred, drawing upon our collective strength and determination to press onward. And as we delved deeper into the heart of the dream world, we uncovered a truth that shook us to our very core. For hidden within the labyrinthine depths of the dream world was a darkness unlike any we had ever known, a malevolent force that threatened to consume us all. It was the source of the nightmares that had plagued me for so long, a twisted reflection of my own fears and insecurities. But with Nova's guidance and the unwavering support of my companions, I knew that we had the power to confront this darkness and emerge victorious. For in the heart of the dream world, hope still flickered like a candle in the night, guiding us ever onwards towards our ultimate goal, freedom from the nightmares that had held me captive for so long. Chapter 8: Navigating the Dreamscape. Armed with newfound knowledge and determination, we ventured deeper into the dreamscape, our resolve unshakable despite the looming presence of darkness that surrounded us. Every step forward felt like a battle won against the malevolent forces that sought to keep us imprisoned within the realm of nightmares. Guided by Nova's expertise, we navigated through the ever-shifting landscape of dreams, each twist and turn leading us closer to our ultimate goal. Along the way, we encountered pockets of resistance, remnants of past battles fought by those who had dared to challenge the darkness. But with each victory, our confidence grew, bolstered by the unwavering support of our allies and the knowledge that we were fighting for something greater than ourselves. We were fighting for freedom, for me, and for all those who had been ensnared by the nightmares that plagued the dream world. As we journeyed deeper into the dreamscape, we uncovered fragments of memories long forgotten, pieces of a puzzle that hinted at a greater truth lurking just beyond our grasp. And with each revelation, the darkness that had once seemed insurmountable began to lose its hold on us, weakened by the light of hope that burned within our hearts. But even as we drew closer to our goal, the challenges we faced grew more daunting, the obstacles more formidable than ever before. Yet we refused to be daunted, drawing strength from the knowledge that together, we were unstoppable. For in the dreamscape, as in life, the power of friendship and courage could overcome even the darkest of nightmares. And as we pressed onward, I knew that no matter what trials lay ahead, we would face them together, united in our determination to reclaim the dream world from the clutches of darkness once and for all. Chapter 9. Confronting Inner Demons. As we delved deeper into the heart of the dreamscape, we encountered manifestations of my own inner demons, twisted reflections of the fears and insecurities that had plagued me for so long. They lurked in the shadows, taunting me with whispered accusations and promises of eternal torment. But I refused to be cowed by their lies, drawing upon the strength and courage that had brought me this far. With Nova and my companions by my side, I confronted each demon head-on, refusing to back down in the face of adversity. With every demon vanquished, I felt a weight lift from my shoulders, as if a burden I had carried for far too long had finally been lifted. And as we pressed onward, I realized that the true battle was not against the nightmares that lurked in the darkness, but against the doubts and insecurities that had held me captive for so long. But with each passing moment, I grew stronger, my resolve unshakable in the face of the challenges that lay ahead. For I knew that as long as I had the support of my friends and the courage to face my fears, nothing could stand in the way of our ultimate victory. And so we pressed onward, guided by the light of hope that burned within our hearts, determined to confront the darkness that threatened to consume us and emerge triumphant on the other side. For in the dreamscape, as in life, it was not the strength of our bodies that mattered, but the strength of our spirits and the bonds of friendship that united us as one. Chapter 10. The Heart of Darkness. As we journeyed deeper into the dreamscape, we finally reached the heart of darkness itself, the epicenter of all my fears and doubts. Here, the shadows loomed larger, the whispers more insidious, as if the very essence of the nightmares sought to crush us beneath its weight. But we refused to be intimidated, drawing upon the strength and courage that had carried us this far. With Nova at the forefront, we advanced into the heart of darkness, ready to confront whatever lay in wait. As we moved forward, the darkness seemed to close in around us, threatening to suffocate us with its oppressive presence. But we pressed on, driven by a fierce determination to overcome the darkness and emerge victorious. And then, suddenly, we reached it, the source of all my nightmares, a swirling vortex of darkness that pulsed with an otherworldly energy. It was here, in this moment, that I realized the truth. The darkness that had haunted me for so long was not some external force to be vanquished, but a part of myself that I had long denied. With this revelation, a sense of clarity washed over me, as if a fog had been lifted from my mind. I understood now that to truly conquer my fears, I must first confront them head-on, acknowledging their existence and embracing them as a part of who I am. And so, with newfound resolve, I stepped forward into the heart of darkness, ready to face whatever trials awaited me. For I knew that with Nova and my companions by my side, I was unstoppable, and that together, we would emerge from the darkness stronger than ever before. Chapter 11. Trials and Tribulations. As I ventured deeper into the heart of darkness, I found myself confronted with a series of trials designed to test the very limits of my courage and resolve. Each trial seemed more daunting than the last, challenging me to confront my deepest fears and insecurities head-on. But with Nova and my companions by my side, I faced each trial with unwavering determination, drawing upon the strength and courage that had brought me this far. Together, we braved treacherous paths and navigated perilous obstacles, refusing to be daunted by the darkness that surrounded us. With each trial I overcame, I felt a sense of empowerment wash over me, as if I were shedding the shackles of my own self-doubt and stepping into the light of my true potential. And as we pressed onward, I realized that the journey itself was the ultimate reward, a testament to the strength of the human spirit in the face of adversity. But even as we triumphed over the trials that lay in our path, new challenges awaited us at every turn. The darkness seemed to grow stronger with each passing moment, its malevolent presence threatening to engulf us entirely. Yet we refused to be swayed, drawing upon the bonds of friendship and the power of hope to guide us through the darkest of times. And as we faced down the darkness together, I knew that no matter what trials lay ahead, we would emerge victorious, united in our determination to overcome whatever obstacles stood in our way. Chapter 12. The Key to Liberation. As we continued our journey through the heart of darkness, we stumbled upon a hidden chamber, its walls adorned with ancient runes and symbols of power. It was here, amidst the swirling shadows, that we discovered the key to our liberation, a relic of untold significance that held the power to banish the darkness once and for all. With trembling hands, I reached out and grasped the relic, feeling its energy coursing through me like a bolt of lightning. In that moment, I knew that this was the key we had been searching for, the final piece of the puzzle that would unlock the secrets of the dream world and set us free from the nightmares that had plagued us for so long. But as I held the relic aloft, a wave of darkness surged forth, threatening to overwhelm us with its malevolent power. Yet I refused to be cowed, drawing upon the strength and courage that had brought me this far. With Nova and my companions at my side, we channeled our collective energy into the relic, unleashing its power in a blinding burst of light that banished the darkness from the chamber and sent the nightmares scattering into the shadows. And as the light faded, I felt a sense of peace wash over me, as if a weight had been lifted from my shoulders. For in that moment, I knew that we had triumphed over the darkness, reclaiming the dream world from its clutches and emerging victorious on the other side. But our journey was far from over, for the true test of our courage and resolve still lay ahead. With the relic in hand, we pressed onward, ready to face whatever challenges awaited us as we ventured into the unknown, guided by the light of hope and the bonds of friendship that had carried us this far. Chapter 13. The Final Showdown. With the relic in our possession, we embarked on the final leg of our journey, our hearts filled with a newfound sense of purpose and determination. Guided by Nova's wisdom, we navigated through the labyrinthine corridors of the dream world, drawing ever closer to the source of all our troubles. And then, at last, we reached it, the lair of the Nightmare King, the embodiment of all the darkness that had plagued the dream world for so long. He stood before us, a towering figure wreathed in shadows, his eyes gleaming with malevolent intent. But we did not falter, for we knew that this was our moment of destiny, the culmination of all our efforts and sacrifices. With Nova at the forefront, we charged into battle, our weapons drawn and our resolve unshakable. The Nightmare King fought with all the fury of 1,000 storms, unleashing torrents of darkness that threatened to engulf us in its icy embrace. But we stood firm, our spirits unbroken as we fought back against the tide of darkness with all our strength and courage. With each blow we struck, the Nightmare King grew weaker, his power waning with every passing moment. And as the final blow fell, he let out a roar of defiance that echoed through the halls of the dream world, before vanishing into the shadows once and for all. And in that moment, we knew that we had emerged victorious, banishing the darkness from the dream world and securing our freedom from its clutches. But as we celebrated our hard-won victory, I knew that our journey was far from over, for the dream world was vast and filled with endless possibilities. But with Nova and my companions by my side, I was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, secure in the knowledge that together, we could overcome anything that stood in our way. For in the end, it was not the darkness that defined us, but the strength of our spirits and the bonds of friendship that united us as one. Chapter 14. Awakening. With the Nightmare King defeated and the darkness banished from the dream world, a sense of peace washed over me like a gentle tide. I felt as if I were awakening from a long and troubled sleep, the weight of my fears and insecurities lifted from my shoulders at last. As I opened my eyes, I found myself lying in my bed, bathed in the soft light of dawn. For a moment, I wondered if it had all been a dream, a figment of my imagination born from the depths of my subconscious. But then I saw Nova and my companions standing before me, their faces bathed in the warm glow of victory. And I knew that it had been real, that our journey through the dream world had been more than just a dream, but a testament to the power of friendship and courage in the face of adversity. As I rose from my bed, I felt a sense of gratitude wash over me, for I knew that I could not have faced the darkness alone. It was Nova and my companions who had stood by my side through every trial and tribulation, guiding me through the darkest of times with unwavering support and unwavering courage. And as we stood together, basking in the light of our victory, I knew that our journey was far from over. For though the Nightmare King had been defeated, the dream world still held countless mysteries waiting to be uncovered. But with Nova and my companions by my side, I was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, secure in the knowledge that together, we could overcome anything that stood in our way. And as we ventured forth into the unknown, I knew that our bond would only grow stronger with each passing day, a beacon of hope in a world shrouded in darkness. Chapter 15. The Aftermath. In the aftermath of our victory, the dream world seemed to shimmer with newfound vibrancy, as if celebrating our triumph over the forces of darkness. The nightmares that had once plagued its inhabitants were now nothing more than distant memories, fading into the annals of history like whispers on the wind. But even as we reveled in our success, I couldn't shake the feeling of unease that lingered in the back of my mind. For though the Nightmare King had been defeated, I knew that the darkness was not so easily vanquished. With Nova and my companions by my side, we vowed to remain vigilant, ever watchful for any signs of the darkness's return. And as we ventured forth into the dream world once more, I knew that our journey was far from over. But with the bonds of friendship and the power of hope to guide us, I was confident that together, we could overcome any obstacle that stood in our way. For in the end, it was not the darkness that defined us, but the strength of our spirits and the unwavering courage that burned within our hearts. And as we stood together, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, I knew that the dream world would always be safe in our hands.